5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts.
Do you follow politics, Mr. Shackleton?
Do I look like I follow politics?
Or do they teach you to talk like this in some Panama City sailor want a hump bar? Or is this getaway day and your last shot at his whiskey? Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
All right. The wait is over. Hey, welcome to the Fix Radio Show. 239-791-7002. 239-791-7002. Or you can drop us a line at fixradioshow@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying there? You with me?
I'm here.
Mary Frances is over there just spacing around.
Sorry.
Waiting for the
I'm
speech
researching.
She's a research madman. And of course, Tripod Bill's back here with his help, and everybody's doing their thing today, helping us out, okay? Lord, war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Listen to me. It ain't nothing but a heartbreaker. War, my friend, only is good for the undertaker. Oh, war is an enemy to all mankind. There it is. We all better get used to this. We all better get used to this theme.
Is this the Russian theme?
This is it. We all better get used to it because we're all going to be speaking it.
Do we have translated words as to what they're saying?
We don't need to. We're all going to be under Russian rule. The way the world's going, we're not standing up to anybody. Sheesh. Dude, I know. Nostrovia. That's about all I know. But we're going to have to start getting used to that, okay?
What is the word that you use when you tell me to shut up all the time?
That's German. That's a different word. that's Halti Klappa. Halti Klappa. That's German for shut your mouth, please. For those of you that wonder your German class, it's Halti Klappa and Nostrovia. I tell you what. Have you seen the new Oliver Stone documentary?
I have. Kind of. It's very long.
Well, look.
A bit.
It's long and it's very complicated. But if you have the time and you have the patience to sit through it, Oliver Stone, he has a brand new HBO. It's a pay-per-view documentary on Vlad the Impaler. No, yes. I meant Vladimir Putin, of course. I get them mixed up, Look, Stone is known for his portrayal of life-changing historical events. Some very controversial profile people. He always does something. Some of these films you may know, JFK, Platoon, Natural Born Killers.
Wow, he's done all those?
Yes.
Wow, cool.
Born on the 4th of July.
Good movies.
Great movies.
Yeah.
He's done Wall Street. He's done Scarface.
Wow.
He even did the new one, Snowden, and many more. But none like those two other epic movies that he's also done. Blue Steel and Conan the Barbarian. Who couldn't forget those?
Me.
Stone has always been edgy and controversial, but this one's very hard to swallow, man. I was watching it for a few hours. Stone tried to make Putin his buddy. I was watching it and I thought, you guys want to go out there and have a little smoke. But you soon forget the flattery. You will get nowhere with him because you can flatterize Putin all day long. It doesn't matter. He's an ex-KGB guy, and it just doesn't work, man. It doesn't work.
His take on the interview with Mr. Stone was much different than the one he had with the girl, Megan.
Yeah.
Like
Megyn
two
Kelly,
different people.
Well, they stroll through the hallways of Kremlin, They drove down memory lane talking about how tough it's been. It was obvious that he read the book on how to interview by Megyn Kelly, because that's what he tried to do, butter him up. Stone says that any flack that he gets from these interviews is well worth it. He says it brings more peace and consciousness to the world. Bullshit. Bull crap. That's something in my throat.
Yes, I know.
Look, what did we learn? You know what we learned? We learned that Putin loves judo, okay? Who cares, man? Who cares if he likes judo, He says Putin's been practicing his discipline since he was 13, right. And that may be why he became such a staunch, disciplined KGB agent. One thing he really hates is NATO. I watched it, and he hates NATO because, of course, NATO will bring everybody together against him, and he doesn't want that. He doesn't want the whole nation around him. He doesn't want the United States to have any allies. He hates the United States. He's living in the Cold War. That's what he does. Okay? So I looked through the whole film. There weren't many women in the film either,
I didn't see many. I only watched it for maybe an hour.
There wasn't not many women got to mention. No. There was a few jokes when Stone asked him if he ever has any bad days. The President Putin replied, "I'm not a woman, so I don't have bad days." There you go. So
yeah.
So there you go. And Stone, of course, chuckled. It was a good joke, though. I kind of got a chuckle out of it too, but not with a KGB guy. So anyhow,
he's major serious, though.
Yeah, he's major serious. You can see why he's a KGB agent. He's very, very intelligent, very, very smart, very, very smooth. And of course, he came back with he wasn't trying to insult anybody. And
I can see why he would dismiss Megyn Kelly so quickly too, in some of his snippy kind of replies that she got from him.
Well, another thing they have a big law about is the gays in Russia. You asked about gays in Russia, you said? Russia doesn't engage.
Oh, no, not me.
Look, Russia doesn't engage in any restrictions or prosecutions of gays, Putin said. Sure you don't, yeah, which is obviously untrue. A sweeping anti-gay law that Putin signed in 2013 places restriction on distributing anything having to do with gays and propaganda to minors, which is very vague, and it targets young kids. He says he doesn't feel that young kids should be exposed to this until they become 18 or 19 years old.
Old enough to make their own decisions,
that's what he
which
says.
is of legal age.
Right. No one wants young children swayed or convinced that they're gay even before they even know what they are. So, that's, I can understand it as much as I don't like Putin. He's a 100% Russian guy, 100%, and we're going to have to deal with him. He's very smart. He's very clever. And what makes him so good is not only is he smart and clever, he's also street smart. He has a street savvy that a lot of people don't have. They got a lot of book knowledge. They can do a lot of things, but he's very smart. He knows how to maneuver. He knows how to bow out. He knows how to play his own thing, I guess. And it's fascinating. I can't lie. It's a very fascinating thing to watch. It's a Class A sales job. He never ever admits anything that he's done wrong.
Deny.
He is very, very much in denial. Like I said, he's very street savvy. He's very old school. He even admits that we have a lot more money and a lot more resources than the Russians do. But because of that, they have to resort to better tactics, slicker tactics, ways to get information. We have ways to make you talk, nine. So that's the Germans. I don't know how to say nine in Russian, so we'll have to
I'm
think
lost
of it.
With all of it.
Okay,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know what the Russian motto is over there, but it's very interesting. You should watch it, and I'm telling you, the Russians are no joke. They're using their own way they're using our system. They're using us now to infiltrate us. They're using our free speech against us. And what they're doing is he's taking these interviews, and he basically is going around doing Megyn Kelly, Oliver Stone, and he's using our own good conscious will of free speech and using it against us, which is a genius. It's like we can't touch him. He can just deny, like you said, deny.
Yeah.
And to him, the end justifies the means. Which was, of course, Machiavelli and the Prince was in a book, which is an amazing book if you haven't read it. So unless we outsmart them and check them into some kind of money strangulation through Wall Street, we're going to have to deal with the Cold War. I say bring back the Cold War. Bring back the Cold War. I'm tired of dealing with the Russians so much. So now they're sweeping in. They have their planes just swinging by, trying to mess with airplanes, our spy planes, and they're just picking at us. And they know that we're preoccupied, so they're just going to keep on nudging us and nudging us and nudging us. And they're no joke. The Russians are no joke. So let's get our act together, boys, because it's going to be on for a while. I hate to swing to another great topic here, which is sad, but this Otto, and I always pronounce his name wrong. I say Warmbier. Some people say Warmbier. Some people say Warmbier. 22-year-old student. Of course, he took that small poster over North Korea as a souvenir, and he was sentenced to 15 years hard time. The family of the U.S. student who died shortly after being freed from North Korea has declined a post-mortem examination. That's bizarre. You would think that they would want to know. Maybe they just figure it's over and they can't take the pain anymore. If your kid gets really murdered by the North Koreans, and of course they don't want to know what happened. Maybe the U.S. government got to them and said, "Hey, just don't ask for it, and we don't need the hassle." Well, look, if they came out and said he was poisoned, he was choked to death, he was abused, he was beaten, he was just tortured beyond belief, imagine what the people of the United States would say. Man, just go over there and mop them up.
But they did say that. They didn't go to that length to say exactly what it was that happened to him, but the coma was caused by trauma.
Right. Of course, North Korea
to the head.
Right. Well, maybe oxygen they were thinking, but they also the North Koreans, of course, they claim the coma was due to botulism and a sleeping pill, but the family and the doctors disagree. No conclusions are going to be able to find out if they don't do a autopsy or post-mortem. So it's going to be tough to find out what's really happened, other than the fact that this gentleman gave his life. And
he definitely wasn't like the movie The Unbroken.
No, man.
Where
back then they had honor amongst thieves. Now they don't. This guy's just a nutball, and I'm surprised he's been able to stay in power this long. Without China, without Russia, he'd have been long, long gone. But our deepest sympathies have to go out to the family and the friends, and at this time for their loss, because he didn't make it. Of course, he died. We have to start thinking a little bit about how are we going to deal with this guy, because if we play normal and we play the normal cards with the normal domestic stuff and sanctions and trying to go the easy route with this guy from Kim Jong-un, then it's never going to work, because he's just going to keep playing the cards. So I'm thinking all day in my head, because it's burning my butt, how to get this guy back. And of course, everybody says you ought to send over a sniper to take the guy out, which ain't a bad idea if you can sneak somebody in there. Of all those people, somebody ought to not like the guy. Somebody ought to be saying, "Hey, I'll take him out." Heck, there was a guy that wanted to take out Hitler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why not take this guy? Many. So I'm thinking, how do we do this? I say here's what we do. We got to. So when you're in jail and there's some bad dudes like this guy, there's always a couple other guys that are real crazy guys, and they're the ones that nobody wants to mess with. The crazy nuts, because they may not big and strong and be tough and all that, but they're so crazy even the tough guys don't want to mess with them.
Right. So
we got to be a little more crazier than this crazy lunatic. So what I'm thinking is we go around to all the different prisons we have and find the baddest dudes that are on like death row, guys that are doing 50 to life that are just bad asses. All right. We parachute them in the middle of the night, man. Just hundreds of thousands of them, just dump them right on him. Okay. Give him a gun and say, "Hey, if you can get out, you're a free man." And then just dump them on him and then see what he says when these guys come dropping from the sky like rain. What do you think?
I think that's an awesome idea, and I truly hope that the man does live in fear every day that somebody is going to assassinate him.
Yeah, well, there was a guy that did actually escape. His name, Shin. That's all I remember. I'm reading an article on his Shin. He lived inside the camp 14, which is a North Korean camp, escaping in 2005. He admitted he was transferred to camp 18 when he was 6 years old alongside his family. This is a kid who's 6 years old. Can you even fathom that?
No.
Where he watched.
And where would you escape to?
Exactly. He watched guards execute his mother and brother. Shin had maintained that 2 were murdered after he told prison guards about their plan to break out. I guess he was a kid. He didn't know. You know?
Right. Yeah.
The same story he told in a book that he wrote in 2012. And he was born inside and lived inside the Camp 14 till he was, I think he was 20-some years old. And then he finally escaped when he was transferred. And the horror stories that this kid survived is amazing. And this is what we're dealing with. This is the kind of insanity.
Yeah. This is the insanity. That's a perfect word for him.
It's insanity.
Insane.
And you have to think out of the box with this guy, Kim Jong-un. You're not going to play the normal run-of-the-mill game with him. You can't just put up troops and borders and fences and then have sanctions and then have people go over and talk to him. What are we going to send over there? Who are we going to send is going to talk to him? Huh? The basketball player, Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman is his bud.
Yeah, Dennis is the only guy that people seem that he seems to like.
Well,
so maybe we send over a bunch of basketballs. He's a basketball fanatic. He loves basketball.
Well, you can tell he's in shape to play himself. So he got a round head and a round belly.
Yeah, well, he's bad. He's bad off, man. So
he's not bad off.
Which one are you talking about?
The Kim Jong-un.
That guy is a problem, and he's got to be eliminated. And it burns me up to think that we had American citizens there that are just tortured in despicable ways, man.
We have to get them home.
Don't go to North Korea, okay? Don't go to North Korea. Unless you have an ex-wife, you can send her to North Korea. She may like it. That's it. That's what you buy your ex-wife for a goodbye present. You send her a nice package from Orbitz or Price Right, and then you send her over there and say, "Honey, I want bygones to be bygones here. I don't want any hard feelings.
Goodbye.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I want to send you on an Oriental trip, and just don't worry about it. Get on the plane and go out there and have a good time, and send her over there and have a couple sakis on me, and you know." Dress her up in some American garb, have an American hat on, you know.
Did you say sakis?
Yeah, have some sake. Sake. Give me some sake, man.
All right. Before or after she gets on the plane?
During? Probably
before?
During and after. And then convincing, yeah, and send her away as fast as you can. So if anybody wants to call and make a comment, 239-791-7002. You can leave a comment afterwards, during, or whatever. 239-791-7002. And, of course, the email is fixradioshow@gmail.com. That's fixradioshow@gmail.com. Anything else that's going on today?
Let's see. I'm just.
Did you hear about the Germans?
Now
that we're talking about all the Germans. The Germans apparently have this big metal concert going on over there.
What?
It's I don't mean like Guns N' Roses. I mean like music.
Oh, like
you know?
Not bang your head metal?
Yeah, no, it's a metal music. It's metal. It's the metal German festival they have, and so they're gonna have a beer garden.
Oh, how sweet!
Yep, and it's going to be like a 4-mile beer garden that they're actually going to put together for these people. Did you hear about that?
Who's the people? Who like people in general?
Look at that thing. It looks like the pipeline that we have, the Hall
Wait,
oil.
Is that like that's the beer?
That's it, man.
Get away.
That's it. They've dug even lines, and they've dug trenches.
Who's
Look at them
making
putting
this
it together, and they're putting it together, man.
They've been making it for a while.
Yeah, you know, a full standard keg of beer weighs about 160 pounds.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's no surprise that the folks at the Wacken Open Air Music Festival in Wacken, Germany, are sick of schlepping those suckers across the field every year, and they've decided to do something about it, babe. Yep, come this August, they'll be able to pour 105,000 gallons of beer at stands all around the festival. Only the Germans would come up with something with that, you know? That's it. Only the Germans.
They're very
they
creative
can drink some
that
beer
way,
now.
aren't they?
Oh, creative? They invented everything we probably have. I mean, they don't quit creating. They're smart. The Germans are very smart, man. So it's going to be a big musical festival over there with a lot of metal going on and beer. I bet there's not even a lot of fights. That's what's amazing. They drink so much beer, they're used to it. According to Duche Wula, that's a German name. Duche Wula.
Are you saying that right?
Yeah, I guess I'm saying. I don't know if I'm saying it right or not.
That's close.
That's as close as I can say it. The 75,000 attendees each drink an average of more than a gallon of beer over the course of the festival. 3 days, keeping up with the demand has been a struggle, he says.
My belly hurts.
Oh, get that with a nice taco. You'll be ready to go.
Do they have a lot of restrooms there? Do they have a lot of porta potties?
They got a lot of trees. You go behind a tree. You go back to a tree and you piss me a river. Yeah. Drop a deuce. You're ready to go for round 2.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, my.
That's right.
Oh, my.
It said pipeline will provide enough pressure to pour six beers in 6 seconds. You know what I'm saying? When the metalheads aren't taking over the sprawling field, they'll be home to the crops, so there'll be pipelines buried deep enough that a plow won't even disturb them in the off-season. Conduits for the fiber optic, along with the pipes, are fresh water and beer and everything. You just get your beer on, boy.
So they're looking at this long term.
Yeah,
they're coming back again.
This isn't even Oktoberfest. This is like pre-Oktoberfest.
They're practicing for the big event.
I don't know where that city's at, but I've been to a few cities in Germany.
You went to the food fair.
Yeah, I went to the food fair
you?
called the Anuga. Anuga. I highly recommend everybody look at it. Yeah. Anuga. It's the Anuga. It's the World Food Fair. It's held every year at Cologne, Germany.
And how big was that?
It was so massive I couldn't even party at night. I was wore out. I walked that thing for 4 days and 4 nights.
Many miles?
Many miles, both ways.
Wow.
Yeah, up and down.
Uphill and downhill.
Up and downhill was brutal. And I thought I was going to have a party. By the time 8 o'clock around, I was out, man. We had the German festival with the big steins and
wow.
I drank every beer known to man. I was miserable.
Oh, I can only. That's
I'm an American, man. I can't drink that much beer.
Do they serve their beer like it's not cold, right?
No, they generally they don't have it cold. I mean, you can get it cold if you want it. They'll have it, but generally it's temperature wise, whatever the temperature is, you pour it and that's it. It's not cold, it's not hot. It's just lukewarm. But that's what they drink, and of course they're into a lot of the darker beers. And if you've drank over there, I went to Amsterdam. I had some St. Pauli girl up there. Had some other great Heineken was right across the street over there in the red light district, which I went to. It's very fun.
The red light district.
The red light district. We don't want to talk about that on TV now. Okay. What stays in Amsterdam goes in Amsterdam, stays in Amsterdam. I don't want to talk about that.
Amsterdam. That's a whole different story.
And the Otto drinking beer and going to Amsterdam. What would you not want to have with a bunch of St. Pauli girls there, with a bunch of healthy women?
These were real St. Pauli girls.
They were built for speed, and there was nothing you could do to hurt those women. They could take a punch. Okay.
Oh my.
Yeah. But while we're thinking about women, not all women are nice.
No,
I hate to break the news for you.
Well, it happens
Lawrence
sometimes.
John Ripple, you may remember this man.
Oh, I do.
Look at him.
I do.
He looks like George Carlin, doesn't he?
Oh, he looks mean,
looks
but
like
he's
George
not.
Carlin. Yeah, well, he robbed a bank. Why? Not for the money, but to get away from his own wife. That's right. He robbed a bank to get away from his own wife. And what did they do? They went to court, and the judge sentenced him to the worst sentence he could have gotten, which was
he did not.
Home confinement.
No, he didn't.
Ouch.
He wouldn't let him stay in jail.
Oh, the pain.
Oh, my God.
He tried to get away and rob a bank to get away from his wife. He said he'd rather be locked up than be with that biatch. You know what happened? He got sentenced to his house, home arrest.
Oh,
so the whole time he's there with her in Kansas.
He's locked down.
He's a Kansas boy. He's a Kansas boy. And the whole time he's got to sit home and knowing that she knows that he wanted to get away from her, and he's got to sit there now and take the abuse.
Oh,
I don't know, boy. That might go a little south. He might just go crazy.
Yeah,
he might go crazy.
Yeah, especially if he knows that he can't go anywhere, and she knows he can't go anywhere. Then
he flat out said,
"Oh my!"
He said, "I was hoping to get caught so I would get prison time to escape my wife.
Is this the same man that actually gave the note to the teller and then he sat
don't know
there
how it
and
went.
waited for the police to come and get him?
No, I don't think so.
That's not the same one?
I don't think so. But this is 6 months. He got 6 months for doing this.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
How much time in jail?
6 months. That's what I was told. He was told that he told the judge Tuesday that he had heart surgery and left him depressed when he committed the bank robbery. He wasn't thinking right.
Oh.
So that's the poor guy. He has 4 stepchildren. So remember, if you're gonna get away from your wife, just go to the dance club, okay? Go to the dance club, get yourself a massage, happy ending, no harm, no foul, no ankle bracelet, no gallons of beer, nothing of that. Just get away for a while. Tell her you're at the library for all I care. But read a book while you're there, all right?
Educate.
All right. Well, that's our thoughts today. We want to thank everybody for coming in. Next Tripod Bill, Mary Francis, Dry's assistant back there. She's the intern. She's back there. I keep on forgetting her name. I'm sorry. Shoot me later. But don't forget, check in a couple days, Saturday. Maybe we'll do a show Thursday or Friday, and then we'll do Saturday. But that's what we do around here. But part fun, part shenanigans. Peace out, everybody. Thank you.
God bless.